All right, ain't these beautiful? They're Oscar Mayer Angus hot dogs. And it takes me back to a time when I was a kid, because my dad used to do hot dogs in a napkin. That was his barbecue treat. And we'd be playing, my brothers and sisters and I, and we could have as many hot dogs in a napkin as we could eat. And it looked just like that. We chow down, delicious. And it wasn't until I was grown that I realized that he let us eat all these hot dogs so we didn't have to feed us steak. Now the eggplant's a little bit nifty because we're gonna use a cast iron skillet to cook it. It's already on the grill and it's already grilling, but then we're gonna finish it off in a cast iron skillet with the herbs and some garlic and some salt and pepper. So once you got them off the stems, all you do is kind of put them in a big roll, group them together, roll it up, take your butcher knife, and just give them a nice little chop. Okay, so we got our herbs done. We're gonna do some extra virgin olive oil and a pretty good dose of it, because like I said, these eggplants are a sponge. They're gonna soak that up. Once we've got that done, I've got some whole garlic cloves here, and they're just kind of crushed. I just take the handle of my knife and smash them. Let's put those in there. Our herbs. And we're gonna add our tomatoes and our jalapeno that are grilling in here in a minute. But we're just gonna let this get hot inside the grill. And before we throw it on there, fresh ground pepper. And some good old salt. Okay, so now we've got our grilled tomatoes, and I just kind of took the skins off of them and chopped them up a little bit, and some grilled jalapenos. And we're gonna add these into our herb mixture. And let them sizzle with all the garlic and herbs and the salt and pepper. Okay, we got things cooking here. Here in this pan, we've got our herbs and tomatoes and garlic and some salt and pepper and a jalapeno in there to give it some spice. And we're gonna add our eggplant to that mixture in a minute and let it soak up all those flavors. This is our broccoli and onions and mushrooms. Give them a shake every now and then to mix all those good flavors together. And then we'll even give them a flip and let the other side get working. So now we've had these eggplant. They've been up here just sitting by themselves. And remember, we brushed it with some olive oil and some salt and pepper. And if you flip them, they've got some nice grill marks and they've got some good flavor coming in there. Cut them into some nice big pieces. They don't have to be small, just big enough so that you can move them around in the pan. That's what you're looking for. We're just gonna let those guys rest in there for a while. Now, as you're looking at that, you see this Jiffy Pop look? That means our other veggies are getting pretty close to done. And when it comes to cooking steaks, unlike smoking a brisket, you don't want slow and slow. You want hot and fast. Now remember, these babies have been resting in this beer and spice mixture for quite a while now, about 15 minutes. And what you want to do is all that flavor is locked inside, so you want to get them on the hottest heat you can and sear each side. That'll close the pores up, and when you close the pores up, it'll lock all that delicious flavor inside. Then we'll worry about cooking them. And we're gonna let them sit there just for a couple of seconds here, and then we're gonna flip them. And you can see the difference between the two. Already they cook that much. That's those pores closing up. You see all those nice spices clinging to it. That's gonna be some great flavor. Now that we've got them seared on both sides, all we need to do now is let them cook. And on these guys, we got the fire on high, and they're about 1 inch thick, so we want to give these about 3 to 4 minutes aside. We'll do one side, flip them, do the other, and then this whole meal will be ready to serve. 30 minutes or less. And it is just beautiful. So each plate gets a couple of scoops of that with some tomato just to get some color in there. Our New York strips. These have been marinated in Budweiser and spices and then grilled just a few minutes on each side, and you can see them. They're nice and dark on the outside, and they are delicious.